Today we're going to look at Alabama and a few of the concepts they have that create explosive plays. They've got a ton of weapons on the field. All their receivers, their backs, their tight ends are exceptional ball players, and of course you got Tua back there throwing the ball. As long as he's healthy, he's an exceptional football player, extremely accurate, really smart, knowing where to go with the football. But anyway, we'll jump right into it. Right here, Alabama's in a tray set. They have their tight end, two receivers over here. They've got a single over here, tailback right there. So what they're doing is they're motioning him behind, taking him over there. He's running a vertical. This tight end and receiver, they're running a dig and a post. And you can, as we play, you can see what Tua is looking at. Boom, as soon as he gets a little play action, he's going over there to the flats to try to hold some of these underneath defenders. His eyes go over here looking for that vertical. And as we continue to play, you see it looks like he glances right there at that. Doesn't really like it because he saw these safeties roll. And we can run this back real quick, and you can see. So this tight end is running this dig. And, of course, with the dig post, you're reading this safety right here. And with that motion, they get a roll, and he doesn't really get inside leverage for a one-high look. So he knows that if he's got a dig right there, he's got outside leverage, he's going to stick that and outrun him to the post because he's probably one of the fastest receivers in college football. And you can play it right here. Looks over to the single, doesn't like it. Dig, safety's on him, so he goes over the top for the post right there for a big play and touchdown. But right there, we'll play it. So you can see just a little bit slower. He's over there. You see that dig coming across. The safety takes him. Tua has a lot of area to throw to. If you stop that right there, he can throw him over that direction if he needs to because that safety's down and there's nobody else over there. But as long as he puts it on as he's running, he's not going to be able to catch up whether it's running that direction or vertical like he is right here. As long as he keeps running, this defender's not going to be able to make a play on it. So again, real accurate ball, and just one of those plays that's not extremely complicated, just a post dig concept right there with a little bit of window dressing. But the accuracy and the speed that they can run really stretches the defense. I thought this was a really interesting look of Alabama basically getting to a snag, but they got to it a lot differently than what I've ever seen anybody get to it. And right here you can see there's a tight end right here. You have tailback. You have a receiver that just motioned across from trips to the boundary to get to that spot. But anyway, we'll play it real quick. You can see exactly what takes place. All right, so that tight end, he actually outside releases, and then he curls up right there where you would from a snag. The tailback comes out of the backfield to the chute, and then you've got this receiver that just motioned across, and he's running kind of an angle corner right there, taking stuff over the top. These guys over here, I think they're running a dig or a post, and he's also running a snag right there. So I would probably say the progression you can see right there too is the eyes go straight that direction. I'd say it's probably looking right there. 1, 2, he's going to that corner if that safety's way over. Now you can work this dig or post back that direction for 3 and possibly even getting over there. But I thought it was just really interesting the way that they got to that snag concept out of something that I'd never really seen. Again, that tight end just kind of curling out, doing that. Tailback's getting width right there, stretching the defense horizontally. And then you've got that corner from that guy right there that's pretty tight. So just a different way to run snag. And they got a guy wide open, and then, again, an accurate ball. Lets these guys do the work for them. Saw this play from Alabama a couple times this year, and it's a really interesting look. What they have right here is they've got 2 receivers right here. They're getting a good play action, and they're even pulling a guard. But what they're making it look like is they're making it look like vertical switches right here. So the inside guy goes to the outside vertical. Looks like he's going to the inside vertical, but then really he's going to the post. And whenever he goes outside, now he comes into the dig, and that's where they normally go. Again, it's high-low on that safety. A lot of people, whenever you go out right there and go in, they're going to switch that off. So right there, he's going to have outside leverage. The corner's going to keep outside leverage, but then he ends up breaking back into the dig. So good concept right there, understanding how to create leverage. And right here we'll play, and you can see right there with the vertical switch what's taking place. So he understands that the guy running the dig, you definitely want to get inside leverage. And the guy running the dig, if you start from right there and then stress him to it like he's about to run a wheel or get outside of him, that's going to create a lot more area right there. But you obviously start off with inside leverage whenever that dig's coming from the slot. And it's a really interesting look. And they've had some pretty big plays on it this year on that concept. But again, good play action. You see that post over the top. Now that dig, speed cutting, get into that window. Good accurate ball again. Puts it right on the receiver's chest, so he's able to make a play. But We'll roll it back just one more time. So you can see play action. They're going play action over there towards it. Got a guard pulling right there, full slide by everybody else. You got a post dig, and Tua drills it, puts it right on his chest, and then again, good football players after the catch right there. Here's an example of Alabama running a bang 8, just like Clemson, just like LSU. A lot of teams in college football are running bang 8s in a lot of different ways. Right here, they're running it from their slot. Running inside zone, that direction, split zone, so they've got all the gaps taken care of. Quarterback's probably reading this backer right here, maybe just this area, looking to see if maybe a safety rolls over there or if maybe this backer drops underneath it. But right here you can see as soon as they play it, boom, right there, getting a mesh. Everybody steps up knowing it's one-on-one right there with a lot of space for that guy to run the bang 8. Just have to get in there before that safety. His job's to beat it right there. Quarterback's job's we got to beat it underneath the defenders, and then we've got to beat that safety right there. We can't let him roll across. But right there, accurate ball, puts it right on his face, and he's able to break a tackle and then outrun everybody to the end zone. Here's another look of Alabama running a bang 8, but right here it looks like maybe it's just kind of a called thing because they see that now it's one high look, one safety right there. Bang 8s are great against one high, and right here they get a blitz, one high, we're throwing it over there to that bang 8, just giving it to them in that seam. Again, attacking the seams of one high is always going to be a positive, and probably have a 2 high beater over there to the trips. But right there, one high, boom, flip it over to the bang 8, and we're running. Here's a look right here of Alabama running a concept that Oklahoma runs a lot. It's just a climb, but they faked the screen right here, and he's just running a vertical right there, and this climb's coming across. They'll get a curl right there. He'll fake across, get to the flats, and really you're just looking. You got 1 and 1A right there for the high-low on that corner. Then you've got 2's coming across. You got a post curl or whatever right there, and then he's a check down right there into the flats. So again, stretching defense, and right here, what it starts off looking like, it looks like it's 3-on-2. Which is what you want to do. You want to try to take 3 for 2 right there, and then you can get this climb over into that window once he vacates, trying to get over the top of that vertical. But right here, Tua does a good job. Right here, you can see he plays it. He sees a blitz from that side, so he's trying to get a completion right there is the main thing. And whenever you have receivers like they have over there at Alabama, they're able to create big plays. But anyway, he sees a blitz coming from that side. He just goes and flips it out there to his receiver, knowing it's going to be a one-on-one with a lot of space, and he's going to have to tackle or they're going to get first down. So good job getting it, to get the ball out of your hand, get it out there to your playmakers, makes a guy miss, and he gets first down and then gets into the end zone. Here's another play that we've seen from Oklahoma that Alabama has put into their playbook. It's just their shallow screen, and right here you can see they get a really good numbers advantage over there because they're playing too high and they're giving a lot of ground right there. But as you can see, they're bringing their outside receiver number 6 across. Tailback comes here, looks like he's going vertical, and he goes ahead and blocks there. Same thing right here, look like they're going vertical and they're going to block outside shoulder. Let him get all the way across, give him a nice accurate ball so that he can run their defenders to the sideline and try to get a big play. And again, accurate ball lets him continue to run, and he's able to get into the end zone right there for a score against Ole Miss. But we'll play it one more time. It doesn't really look like they have that draw part of it going back the other way. But right there, again, you can see just the numbers and the way that they get that guy over there, getting ball players the ball in space, and that's what they do, just like Oklahoma with CeeDee Lamb and some of their other ball players. Here's a play for Alabama against Texas A&M where they're having this tail motion right there from the boundary, and they're running just your typical GH counter. But what's interesting about this is he's going to the flats, then you have their single receiver over here running a slant. And as we play it, I think the interesting thing is just where is Tua looking? And you can see the stripe of his helmet. It looks like he's looking right there at the slant. So, with that being said, I'm not real sure that they're really worried about the box count right here. What they may be doing is looking, hey, does that slant win? And, you know, we work a few different reads with the stuff that we do. And right there, to me, it looks like he's reading that slant. Does that slant beat that man-to-man coverage? Or does he kind of get jammed up and held up? If he gets jammed up and held up, we're fine to hand that ball off on counter, because you can see they're running counters. It's not just a play action where we're pulling guys or anything. It's counter, and it looks like just based off of that stripe and where Tua's helmet's facing, to me it looks like the whole time he's looking for that slant. So, I mean, right there you can take that, whether you feel like that's the accurate description of it or not, but I think he's reading that slant. If that slant's open, crap, let's throw it. If not, let's go ahead and hand the ball off, because their numbers were fine either way. But just some of the things that Alabama does. It's going to be a real interesting game. Two high-profile offenses, really good quarterbacks. It's going to be interesting to see how Tua holds up just physically, and then also just those receivers on both sides of the ball and who can make more plays. But anyway, y'all have fun watching the game.